Hey guys!
Hey everyone!
I'm Victoria.
I'm JC.
And today we're candidly sitting down with you, having some popcorn, some drinks. Tidus is here, Yuna's right next to JC, and Kimahri's hanging out over there, relaxing. And yeah, we just want to open up about some things some huge changes that's been going on in our life. And honestly, I dragged him into this video. He doesn't like usually to be in the front side, he likes to be behind filming.
Yeah, I like holding the camera.
He likes filming and he's really good at it. I mean, he's the one that produces all the amazing videos here. If you're excited about this video, just watching it and hanging out with us here, make sure to click the like button right now. This lets us know that you like these kind of videos, and we may do some more of these in the future. And if you love dogs, you definitely have to subscribe to this channel. We do amazing...
If you love cats too, you can too. But
yeah, that's fine too. Actually, if you just enjoy our videos, definitely subscribe to our channel and turn the notification bell. This way you don't miss a single video we post here. We want you guys to stick around to this entire video because we have a very special announcement that we've been dying to share with you, that we've been working on. We're going to share it in this video. Yuna's definitely enjoying that. If you've been with us for a while, you know that we've been traveling all over the US and all over Europe with the squad full-time for over 2 years now.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years. We started slowly and then we just really got into the traveling, and we've been doing it for a really long time. And the last place we were was in Europe, actually in Belgium, and it was amazing. And we thought that we were gonna stay there for a long time or possibly move there. That was the plan why we went there to begin with. But we ended up having to come back way sooner than we expected, and we shared that in the last video, exactly the reasons why we had to do that.
Yeah, make sure to watch that previous video so you can stay
get to know everything. Yeah, about what happened, and just a general really nice overview and closure to our chapter in Europe. And if you are new here, welcome to Husky Squad. Welcome to our channel. We're excited to have you here. You have lots to catch up on. JC produces amazing, inspiring, and uplifting videos, and we have quite a lot on our channel already. I couldn't do it without him, to be honest. And now we welcome you to our new chapter in life. This is a brand new Husky Squad chapter, and we're happy to have you here, so welcome. So, to give you just a quick overview about Europe, one of the reasons why we knew quite into being in Europe that we'll have to come back to the US no matter what at some point, we learned that while we're in Europe, is because actually JC did the research that we couldn't get or apply for a long-term visa or residency while we were there.
We had to do it from the US.
But we knew that we're gonna have to come back here. That was something that we knew about 3-4 months into being there. So knowing this, that we're gonna have to come back to the US, we were kind of brainstorming over there what we're going to do once we land here. But it was so far away because we really want to explore Europe even deeper while we were there, to really see which countries we love and where we want to move. I mean, we had already fallen in love with Switzerland, we fell in love with the French Alps, so we already had so many places we liked.
We're definitely going to stay in Switzerland for a little while.
Yeah, for a little long while.
If we could. Yeah.
But we still wanted to explore a lot more of Europe and see, you know, if we do come back to the US and we want to apply for a long-term visa or residency, we wanted to have more options, what we love. So the plan was to continue having adventures, taking the squad everywhere, wherever we go, of course. But also in the meantime, keeping in mind of like, okay, where do we want to live? What do we like? So as all this was going on and we were booking places to stay in Europe, actually we had already booked the UK for 2 months or 6 weeks, and then we were gonna do Scotland for 6 weeks after that. We already paid for one Airbnb in the UK for 6 weeks.
That was going to be a really nice cabin too.
Yeah, we were so excited to share those stories with you and, you know, that whole experience in the UK. So we already planned to do some things there, but in the same time, okay, there's this thing that we do. Whenever we start talking about different ideas, we're like, okay, let's have a coffee coffee meeting. See, now you're part of those meetings, but the only difference would be we would have a laptop and we would have our productivity app that we have open, and we would have pros and cons of every type of scenario and different plans of what we want to do. And that's why we already decided to start having those coffee meetings about what do we do once we obviously have to go back to the US.
We do this every time there's an important decision to make.
Big decisions.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And we feel like our life is kind of like constant decision making because we've been so mobile.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this quite a lot to sit down and have those, oh my gosh, Tidus, you're really liking the scratches. So yeah, we did that too, and we sat down and started brainstorming ideas. So our plan was that once we were going to come back to the US in 3 years from that point, that we would get a van. Yeah, that was going to be the thing. A van, the biggest one we could find, because the puppers got to be comfortable. They're the priority in our life. And JC did all the research between different vans, what the best options were, and there's some used ones too, but it's a different configuration, right?
Yeah, we were thinking about getting a Sprinter van.
Mercedes Sprinter.
Because they have a really good 4x4 system.
Yeah, we like being in the mountains, obviously, as you guys know. So that would have been a perfect setup for us, and that would give us enough room for the squad. Because let me tell you, this thing would have been built with them in mind. They run it. Tidus, are you comfy there on the floor?
Van, not
it's
ours.
their van. They own everything. They own this house. Buddy, you're on the floor. That's not comfy. Oh, okay. Like as close as possible to mom. So we already sat down and we after thinking of so many different ideas, we said that the Sprinter van would be better for us than having a pickup with a trailer. And we didn't want to settle down because we had no idea where we want to live. So what we were gonna do is not own a house, not rent anything, and we were just going to have the van and have that home be mobile for us and travel all over the US. When it comes to nature, we tend to really avoid cities by now for a long time.
Just work from the van.
Yep, work from the van and travel with the pups, and essentially instead of paying rent or paying mortgage, we would have our van payment.
Yeah.
That was the plan. And continue work as long as we have internet, then we are fine. We've obviously been mobile for a long time now, so this is nothing new, and we are able to take our work on the road. So that's really nice, but that was kind of our vision, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But once we have to come back here, and then once we find a place in the US after traveling so much, and even Canada, and if we decide, you know what, the US is home, this is how we were gonna find home, right? Like on the van, through the van.
Yeah, pretty much just driving everywhere where we wanted to explore.
To all the mountains we want to explore.
All the different mountain ranges
And decide where we want to live.
See which one we like best and try to find a town or something nearby, our favorite spot, and
Yeah, it was gonna take like a couple.
Set up camp.
Set up long-term camp.
Yeah.
Set up den. We like to call our house a den. It's like a wolf den because they outnumber us for sure. So that was the plan, and we were going to do that for a while, and that was kind of like our long-term vision, and we were actually excited about it, and we started drawing it up and creating the plans for it. We actually have a beautiful floor plan, and we talked with different van builders already just to really get some ideas and get some things going.
Yeah.
Anyways, while we were doing that, we put all that kind of in the back burner, and we just continued being in Europe, and Christmas was awesome, New Year's was amazing, and we were in Belgium kind of riding out the rest of the winter where I grew up, and then we were gonna go to the UK after that, but then this whole global situation happened. So we already had reservations, which we lost, couldn't get our money back for that. We had issues with the car, we had issues with our flight back. I don't even know how we actually survived it. Like, how did we survive it mentally? Because it was just madness to have to change all those plans with our pups and not even knowing where we want to land. We had to book a brand new ticket because our original ticket we only had one way because we weren't sure when we were going to come back home. So that was a crazy experience, and we were really stressed out, super stressed out, and we were tired, super exhausted. But we were glad that that part, like we were able to take care of that, because it almost seemed like it was going to be impossible to make that happen our way back home. So that was a really stressful time for all of us. And when you're stressed out as a dog parent, most people don't really pay attention to that because your dog doesn't say anything, but when you're stressed out, you are stressing your dogs out the hell. I mean, they become just, you don't realize it until you start paying attention. So all that energy and that stress just gets transferred into them. And I felt really bad. It was a really stressful time for all of us. We both know, we're both very much aware that so many of you guys wanted and asked that question. You wanted to know how we took the squad to Europe and back. And I know it's a big subject. And honestly, we were going to film a video on this subject. We're not going to do that video. And it's not because it's not something we want to share and we want to hold the information to ourselves. It's just, I actually touched on that in the last video too. That there's certain things in life, you know, all of us, that we keep private to ourselves. Like even just, you know, never mind people that are on YouTube. I'm talking about there's certain things between a couple, between family, that you just keep between yourself and you don't even share with friends. There's certain things that are really, really personal. And yeah, the other reason honestly is that after thinking about it deeper and going over, you know, back and forth in our meeting that we had about this, we also realized that whatever we're going to share is not going to be helpful for the majority of people. The majority of dog parents, this whole video would have been completely not helpful if that's something that you're trying to achieve. If you want to fly with a dog, your best bet is to do what we did, is grind out and spend forever time researching the subject, because laws and rules change constantly. And if you need to fly with your dog because you need to move like we did to another country, or be somewhere very far for a long time, then, you know, do your research, because this topic is forever changing. Laws and rules are forever changing. So this wouldn't have been helpful no matter what we would have done. It would just kind of been like a vlog, and it would not have been helpful. And
it's different for every country too.
Yes, different for every country, different for every airline, different for from where you travel to where you travel. I mean, the amount of logistics that went into that was probably the second most difficult thing we've ever done in our life, right? Coming back here from Europe was really, really intense, but the whole logistics and planning and doing things to be able to fly to begin with 3 dogs, with 3 dogs. It's different if you just have 1 dog, but yeah, that was extremely stressful. So anyways, that's why we decided that it's, for now, we're not gonna make a video about it, but if it's something that you need to do, you can achieve it. You know, if you need to move across the continent or across the ocean, you can accomplish whatever you need to do if you spend the time like we did, researching and preparing and do things correctly. That's the biggest thing I can say. Don't try to do things that will, you know, backfire later on. Just do things correctly, do things properly, make sure you have everything documented, make sure your documents that are translated in every language wherever you're gonna go to, and understand that no matter where you live, that once you leave the place where you are from, where you are a legal citizen, and where things are different and culture and people are different, really don't expect to be treated like you're at home, right?
It's gonna be different.
It's going to be different. It's going to have challenges, way more than one, and you're gonna have to be prepared to deal with them in another language and in other laws and in other countries. I mean, yeah, this is not something that is just, oh yeah, I'm gonna go travel and I'm gonna go, you know, take all these pictures with my dog and all this stuff. No, it's definitely not that. There's so much more to it. Also, lastly, on the subject of flying with dogs, before we move on with this, because I do want to touch a little bit on the overall thing, is that airlines are not built to accommodate dogs. Airlines are not even, in my opinion, not built to accommodate people. I've never looked forward to flying. Flying to me is not something that I want to do on a regular basis. It's stressful. I think there's way too much going on in that whole process. But for dogs, it's definitely not made for dogs. I mean, I hope that we're gonna live in a world where one day airlines start making things that are way more accommodating for dogs and way more pleasant for dogs. That would be amazing. Sign me up, please. I want to be first. But it's not. And no matter which way you're gonna fly with a dog, the dog is gonna go through extreme stress. They obviously can't literally tell you, you know, I can't stand this, I can't deal with it. They can't tell you anything like kids. But yeah, takeoff, landing, turbulence, you know, can't go to the bathroom, arriving in a different country with different climate and different things going on and different food. And I mean, there are so many things that a dog has to go through in order to fly. It's insane. It would be extremely stressful for a dog to go through that. Kids stress out about it. So dogs, it would be very difficult for them to fly. Again, if not for us planning to move to Europe but be there for a very, very long time, I'm talking about years.
You probably wouldn't do it.
No, absolutely not. I would definitely not do it. And it was, I can tell, we were very in tune with the squad. And I know when they're stressed out. I know when they're coping. I know when they see us stressed out and when they see us coping.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I wouldn't say that this is something fun to do for dogs. We've been traveling with the squad and moving and explored and lived in so many different places for years now, for so many years. So they're very seasoned, and they're very seasoned travelers. They love traveling because they know we're gonna get to a fun destination.
They're used to long road trips.
Exactly the point. And they love, their favorite way of traveling, I know that for a fact, is in a nice plushed out car. A car that's a vehicle, I should say, because cars, that could be anything. A vehicle that's catered to their needs, like we've been doing for years in different ways. But that's their favorite way of traveling, because most of the time we end up at a hiking trail, we end up in a campground, and
They love being in the car.
yeah, they absolutely love it. So, you know, it's amazing actually once you realize that your dog enjoys that routine life and they enjoy the outdoors and they enjoy camping and those things. Like, those are the things that I feel is like the best thing you can do with your dog. You know, they have their home routine and they really like it, but they really adapt quickly and enjoy camping. So I honestly feel that that's the best thing that, you know, you can do to travel with your dog. Don't feel that if you're not gonna take your dog to the Andes in Chile, right, that you're not gonna give your dog a fulfilling life. It's not
That
true.
would be nice though.
Don't get any ideas. But honestly, you don't have to feel that that's what you need to do. I really don't think that dogs know the difference between hiking in one mountain range or one rolling hill area versus another. I mean, they could smell everything and they really know the difference in different regions, but dogs thrive on having a life in the outdoors. It doesn't matter where you live, whether it's beaches, desert, mountain ranges, rolling hills, endless lakes, whatever it is, there's nature everywhere. And that's kind of been our big lesson. Obviously, we wanted to move to Europe and we wanted to potentially live there for our own personal reasons, but it doesn't mean that the pups would have really known the difference as long as we keep taking them to get the husky out. That's what they care about. That's why we love this shirt. Well, hoodie, this one. We have a shirt too, but now that it's cozy time, I like my hoodie. Which, by the way, you guys can get that on huskysquad.com. I love this one. This is my favorite color too. It's super soft inside and I live in those. Since we've traveled all over, we've really grown to appreciate so many different cultures around the world and people, and we've traveled a lot over the years. But I have to say that we've also, in the same time, really grown to love and appreciate the US, United States. There's so many things that we took for granted, I think, when we lived here. And there's so many things we didn't learn about, and there's so many things that people have different perceptions and whatnot. But it's not just the US what it is today, it's the whole, you know, backbone of the US. And we've really, how do we put this? We've really become drawn here to the wild and to the nature here even more, and very interested about how native people have lived here before all this, modernization, right? That's the right word, industrialization, and the homesteaders and the settlers, and it's just kind of really getting to grow an appreciation. It's so weird, like some people like grass grows greener on the other side. It's such a silly comment or a silly saying, but it's kind of true. For some reason, once we arrived here, it felt like it just felt this appreciation, at least for me, it felt this appreciation about this country, right?
Well, it's so abundant when it comes to
it's large,
public land and wilderness areas.
That are preserved.
There's just so much of it here.
Right. It's a really big piece of land, and then we have Canada from up here, but we've really grown to love and appreciate our home, that we could live here legally, and we can roam and explore and enjoy so much of what we're lucky to have. So that's a whole new other subject, but it was really nice landing here and arriving here, because there was this missing feeling when we left the US that, man, we didn't see this mountain range yet, and we haven't seen that place yet. One day we'll have to come back and do it. So anyways, the moment we arrived here in the US, we went back to our original plans, except it was sped up a little bit. Oh, let's start building a van. That was our next thing. We're gonna start building the van. And we were in Oregon at that time. We drove from Minneapolis to Oregon. And as soon as we started getting deeper and deeper into that plan to build a van, everything started becoming quite intense in Oregon.
Lockdowns.
And then, it was lockdowns. But I think the worst lockdowns that we experienced as Husky Squad guardians, parents, dog parents, is that the squad, they're so used to just going on the trails. We're off in the trails so often, but we get to the trails and the trails are closed. And it kept happening again and again. And we tried to drive farther away from town, farther away from different places.
Still closed.
Everything was closed. I actually even called the National Forest Service over there, talking to rangers, how, if we park somewhere else, no, everything is closed. And it was becoming so difficult for us to live inside the city, which we don't even like living inside the city, but to have to walk on the street and avoid crowds and all these different things going on, it became really chaotic really fast. And we felt really bad for the pups, because those walks around the neighborhood were not cutting it. Tidus had 2 ACL injuries in the past, and him walking on concrete is not good for his knees. It's not good for anyone, to be honest. You need to walk on natural ground, right? Like hiking, or be on softer, earth?
Earth.
Softer earth. So we couldn't have that anymore, especially for Tidus. And we know when the squad is frustrated. They were extremely frustrated. So we came back from Europe with 2 suitcases.
2 suitcases and 2 backpacks.
2 backpacks. And that was the technology stuff was in our backpacks, and everything we owned. Everything. We didn't have anything in storage in the US. That's how you can tell we were actually going to move to Europe, because we had nothing left in the US that we owned here. So we came back with everything we owned in 2 suitcases, basic clothing, basic needs. That includes stuff for the pups. That includes their needs. Everything was in 2 suitcases. So we had absolutely nothing.
Emergency foods, right? Too.
Emergency food too, for the squad. So we absolutely had nothing to build a life here. And because everything was pretty bad in the city in Oregon, we decided that let's just first get camping equipment. That's the first thing we started getting. It's basic camping equipment. We already know what we like, and we literally bailed town. We escaped. I made sure I contacted the park ranger in another completely other neck of the woods in Oregon. If it's legal, if we go camping, if anything, if we can get in trouble. and they confirmed that that region is fine. And we were there for like, I don't know, weeks. We were there for a long time. We had a little thing for the squad's food, a little cooler. We have a solar panel.
Fire pit.
Oh, did we get a fire pit? No. We just had like a mini fire pit,
just
a campground.
campfire.
Yeah, and we ate just very simple, very primitive food that JC grills on the fire. Very nice primitive food, which is also a really nice experience. I love just kind of going back in time and living simply.
Yeah.
We loved water
Food
from
tastes
the river.
better like that.
Oh
too.
yeah, it's delicious. Oh, we bathed in rivers and creeks. So that was like the first disconnect and away from town and just being away from everything. And while we were finally able to settle down in that campground, we kind of thought of everything again, and we said that we can't build a van, right? That's not going to happen right now, because we saw all these things happening across different states, and you have restrictions where you can travel and your reasons for travel, and it felt like that's not going to be an immediate solution of what we can do.
And some stores were closed.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of a nightmare to go shopping.
To get logistics done. Like all the logistics became a lot more difficult than we're used to. So we made that decision in that campground that was it. We're definitely not going to do the van, not for now, and we really need to start thinking about how we're going to proceed from that step. We had literally everything with us that we owned, squad with us, and camping gear, and that's it. And now we have to start our life. Like this is a whole new beginning. So all we did after that point, after being this first camp and really needing to like get out of camp after being there for a long time, we just kept driving, and we ended up being in a place full of mountains and rivers and lakes. But that was our goal, to find a place that we can rest our heads, all of us, the squad included, get a little bit of a nice routine going, be close to the outdoors, away from big cities. That was our biggest goal.
Yeah.
And just find a place where we can rest our head. So that took us more than a little while. We had to do some temporary things in the process, but we're so happy because we signed a year lease. I never thought I would say that I would be happy about that. We actually used to own homes before, but this time we signed a lease, and it's a nice townhome. It has 2 bedrooms, which we didn't need, but we couldn't find a 1 bedroom.
Well, it's a pretty good storage room for
Yeah,
now.
it's a storage room for now where our camping gear and emergency food, like that kind of stuff, is in there. But what we were looking for is a nice open floor plan for the squad. Everything is for the squad. It's their townhome, not ours. We just live here. We live here with them. But it has a little backyard where they can do their business.
There's a big forest in the back.
They watch bears, deer, other dogs coming across, cats. I mean, you name it, has visited here right in our backyard, and they totally get entertained by everything, which is really nice. But it's a nice open, spacious floor plan. It's got a place for us to work. They can be right next to us. We've been working from home for over 10 years now, probably. So they're very used to us working and being right next to us no matter where we are. But this place feels just right, and nice tall ceilings and spacious. So it's nice to be here and really be able to rest our head, because we were doing Airbnbs and dispersed camping for so long that now it just feels really nice to lay those roots down and not have to worry about, oh, what's our next plan? Oh, what's our next plan?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we drive next? Where's the grocery store? Right?
Yeah. Constant research every month after landing in a new town. It's just kind of
The next thing.
Logistics are just ongoing.
I think we spent a lot of time on just logistics, researching logistics. And some places we will get to, the internet wouldn't be very good, and so it would be difficult working.
I think that was one of the worst problems in Airbnbs, just the
Traveling.
internet.
Oh my gosh.
No, the internet.
Yeah, exactly. It was, we would contact a host and be like, oh, is your internet good for working? Oh, it's fantastic. Can't even load a web page.
It's like half a megabyte download. So slow.
Yeah, for you guys who know techie, half a megabyte download is like you can't do anything. And uploading for you guys an Instagram story would take me, one Instagram story would take me 20 minutes. You know, just a 15-second Instagram story.
It's like dial-up.
Exactly. Does that still exist today? Probably. But it feels good not to have to deal with that and focusing on other things that we're really, really excited to share with you guys. So here we are, super excited about our new chapter in life. This place is going to be for us for a year and maybe a little bit longer because we are planning stage D, right? Stage D, that's where our next plan is, which we'll talk about a little bit more. But for now we have this home. It's nice to be here for a while and knowing that we're not gonna have to keep going and going. But there was one very, very, very important thing that we had to do when we started this whole process of sort of moving back to the US is we had to get a vehicle for the squad. We had to buy a vehicle for the squad.
That was an interesting time.
Yep, and there was a lot of coffee meetings too, and a lot of research and pros and cons.
Well, it's a big investment, right? So.
Right, it's a big investment.
We wanted it to be perfect for the squad.
That's the main priority. Perfect for them. Perfect to travel. Not
Long
travel.
trips.
Not travel like internationally, but you know.
Road trips.
Do big road trips, camping. So we had to make all these different, you know, columns in our meeting of okay, this is our requirements. This is nice to have. This is
pros and cons.
Pros and cons, and this vehicle and that vehicle. We actually even test drove a couple of vehicles too, because you know we've owned cars before. In Europe, we leased cars, and here it's extremely expensive to do that. So yeah, we made a decision after a lot of research, and with this comes the big announcement that we've been dying to share with you guys because we've been working on this for a while now, is that we are opening a brand new Husky Squad channel. A brand new channel where we're going to be focusing, a sister channel, focusing completely and solely on dog products and dog lifestyle type of products, you know, doggo parents, the kind of thing that we do, you know, this whole doggo parenthood lifestyle. We're opening a channel dedicated just to that. We've already filmed so many videos for this channel. I think we filmed already 6 videos. And the first video that's now live on this new channel is all about the car, the vehicle that we decided to buy for the squad, why we chose it, what the great features are, and why we're so happy that we bought it. And we've been using it for some months now, so we already have some good usage in the process too, so we know how this feels. And that's going to be the very first video that we share with you on this brand new channel. And we'll be doing all kinds of videos that's related to different dog products and just making things fun, making parenthood, dog parenthood more fun, easier, and all the things that we've learned over after so many years of living life with dogs. So we're so excited to announce this for you guys and to bring you into, you know, a whole new avenue where we get to share with you more about what we do. And we're really excited for that. It's gonna be a really awesome space, and we're so excited to invite you to that channel.
You guys have to watch that car video.
Definitely go see it. So we want to make sure that you go ahead, check the description of this video where we're gonna leave a link to our brand new channel. Definitely go check that out there, subscribe to that channel, turn on the bell, do all that good stuff, because you're not gonna wanna miss that content that's gonna come out of there. Very likely on a weekly basis, which we're very happy that we're going to be able to produce that for you. So definitely go check that out. Tell your friends about it. Tell your fellow dog parent friends about it, because it's going to be a great space to help all of us dog parents out. Now you're probably going to wonder, what are we going to do here on Husky Squad? Like on our main channel, our beloved main channel that we love so much, and we love our community that we have here, all of you. It's
same thing.
Exactly. It's not going to change, but it's going to get even better. We've been having, God, we have a lot of coffee meetings, but we do have meetings. I feel like they're so productive. They're so great to have, and they're tasty.
Not only coffee meetings though, we have trail meetings too.
Mm-hmm.
All the good ideas come out on the trails.
Mm-hmm. Actually, both of these, the new channel that we just launched and what we're going to talk about right now has all been planned on the trail. We definitely do have trail meetings and there's no food involved in that, unfortunately.
And in our coffee meetings, we kind of fine-tune those ideas.
Yeah, because we can actually write things down. And sometimes I forget the meetings that we have on the trail. It's a bit frustrating because they're great ideas. But this channel, we're actually going to fine-tune it. That's the plan for this channel. Because I always felt, we both I think felt that we want to stick to beautiful, adventure, inspiring, helpful, healing, soothing, nature therapy, you know, videos that just make you feel good, make you come in and see the perspective of the squad being in the outdoors and us enjoying that space with them.
Well, it's what they enjoy the most too.
It's the outdoors. So that was what Husky Squad was supposed to be when we created the channel. It was documenting our adventures. I didn't even think we were gonna get subscribers. You know, it was like we're just gonna document our journal here, and whoever wants to come and see our journal, our diary, can come and do that. And that's what we really love to do the most. Now, I really love sharing, you know, other things, different products we use, reviews about harnesses, how we bathe our dogs, like all these other logistics that goes into dog parenthood that I like too. But we really love the outdoors the most. So this is why this new sister channel is going to cover all those things we really want to share with you and that's helpful to you. But Husky Squad is going to fine-tune and just give you all the juicy stuff that we love so much and inspire you, and for you to know that you don't have to feel that you have to travel across the country or across the world or, you know, 10,000 miles away to experience and to live an amazing life in the outdoors, whether you have a dog or not. So this is what Husky Squad is gonna fine-tune to be, and I feel like with that vision, well, I'm kind of a bit selfish because JC produces all the videos, but with that vision, I feel like we're gonna be able to really be focused on one vision that we have, on one direction that we have with this main Husky Squad channel. It's just beautiful, high quality, cinematic, movie style, gorgeous videos of real life and how we spend most of our time in the outdoors with the pups. So,
and it's true. We do this every week.
Yeah, it's just sometimes we bring the camera more than every week.
Yeah, like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah, we're out hiking almost every day.
Yeah,
actually,
but those really long, beautiful hikes.
The long, beautiful hikes is at least once a week. That's what Tidus wants, popcorn body. Oh, nice stretchy Tidus, come here. Oh, you're such a good boy. I'm a big kisser, I know. You good boy, buddy. Good boy, I know. And he lacks attention. When he sees I'm not focused on him, this is his reminder. Focus on me and give me treats. You good boy, buddy. So here we are in our new chapter in life with our fur kids that we're so excited about, and we are so excited to continue sharing with you. Don't worry, we're not gonna stop traveling or sharing with you all these different adventures that we have with our pups. We're just going to go inwards for a little while and share with you more about how we're doing adventures now with the squad. But I have a very strong feeling we're gonna continue as things get better in the world, that we're gonna be continuing to do a lot of the bigger trips, and we're gonna keep sharing that with you.
Driving to Alaska is still on our bucket list for sure.
Definitely.
Still there.
Yeah, and actually seeing the northern lights with the squad in the snow is definitely there. So, and we're not afraid of the cold. So there's a lot to come on this channel that we're very excited to share with you. And we're very excited to read what you think and how you feel about all these things we're bringing at you. I know it was a lot in one video, but we would love to hear your thoughts, and we're very excited that you're part of this new journey with us. Be sure that you subscribe here if you are new, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss when we post a video, because sometimes it just doesn't show up in your feed. But if you click that little bell here in our channel, then you'll be notified when we come out with the next videos. And also go check out our brand new sister Husky Squad channel and make sure you subscribe there too. Anyways guys, if you really want to be part of the squad, also make sure that you go to our website huskysquad.com and subscribe there to our newsletter so we can always be in touch with you. And you should definitely go check out because JC did some really cool branding updates to our site.
Oh yeah.
We updated our colors, our logo, our beautiful logo is still the same. It's gorgeous, and now it's actually even prettier because
we've been doing some color changes to the
color
website.
tweaks. Anyways, guys, you know where to go. This channel, subscribe here. Subscribe to our brand new sister channel for Husky Squad. Go to our website. Let's complete the full circle. Be in touch everywhere with you, and we cannot wait to share all the amazing things that we have in store for you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we're gonna go and
and don't forget to check out that car review video.
Exactly, that brand new car review video on our new channel because it's already live, and we want to hear in that car video in the comment section what you think of that idea, because I don't think many people, I haven't seen anyone that has thought of that
It's
idea.
definitely a non-conventional car for anyone. I think.
Anyone, yeah. So I think you're gonna be quite surprised, and I wonder if it's gonna spark some ideas for yourself too. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you over there. We'll hop over there right now after this video goes live so we can go and chat with you more on the other channel too.
Yep.
Bye guys.
Bye.
See you next time.